Hi there, and thank you for joining us today for this webinar entitled CRM from Your Inbox. My name's John Carini,
Hi
and I
there,
will be your
and
host
thank you for
today.
joining.
A few housekeeping items before we get started. There's a question and answer area, and it really is just the YouTube comments. I put a few comments in there just before the session. So if you do have some questions, please put them in there. I'm going to ask a question right away, and that is, what email client do you use? So is it Gmail? Is it Outlook? Is it something else? Please let me know. And I put that in the comments, so you should be able to see it there right now. Please let me know what email client you use. I'll ask a few more questions along the way too. And anyway, I'll try to make this as valuable as possible for you, whether you use one of these CRMs on the screen or whether you use our product or some other product to uh, to actually use your CRM out of your email. So there's going to be a slide deck, and then I'll get right into the live demo pretty quickly, and I should get you out of here pretty quickly as well. I'll try to do it in that half hour. Could be a little bit more. Anyway, our company's iEnterprises. We're a Salesforce, Zoho, Microsoft, and so on partner. We've been around since the mid 90s. And it's actually kind of crazy because the initial idea behind the founding of iEnterprises was that CRM, then called SFA or contact management, should be inside your inbox. So we've been doing this for a long time. We have an office here in the United States in the New York area, as well as one in Europe and Asia. So we can cover you wherever you are. Okay, the obligatory subscribe slide. I apologize for showing this, but I really want to tell my kids I'm an influencer, so please subscribe. We have a few hundred, but we've been getting literally thousands of views on these videos. So please, if you're watching this, subscribe and like the video. I'd really appreciate it. Okay, so here's just a quick overview of all our different product offerings. We have these connectors, and that's what you're looking at now. The connector is really kind of how you do CRM from your inbox, at least from our perspective. And then we have our own CRM product called iCRM, and basically it's a CRM that includes everything at just one price, one value-oriented price. We'll talk a little bit about that, but I'll really be focusing on the inbox. And we have another product called Social Insights, which basically lets you get any lead from LinkedIn via this extension. So it works with the Salesforce and our own CRM, as well as Dynamics. It's actually included with our own iCRM. And there's another product not on the board yet, but we're actually doing a Chat GPT or OpenAI integration to our product and also to the other CRM. So that should be very interesting. That's coming. So we've won all sorts of awards over the years. We have some customers. I know these are the larger customers on the screen, but we do service smaller customers as well. So it doesn't matter if you're large or small, you're in the right place. So CRM and using CRM from your inbox is really critical because most CRMs fail for the following reasons. They're hard to use, time consuming, overwhelming. You have to enter all sorts of data. Sometimes you have to enter data twice, requires tons of training, and also oftentimes it requires an army of consultants to get this thing up and running. And at the end of the day, it's really lack of adoption that's the biggest problem with CRM implementation, and it's actually the main reason for failure. So using CRM from your inbox is actually the answer to all of those problems. It makes it super easy to use. It saves time. It's automates your data entry. There's no dual entry. And I think most importantly, it's the same workflow as email, right? So we're in our email a lot, and being able to use your CRM right from your email as you're interacting with your customers is absolutely critical. And we'll also help you get things set up. Bottom line is, though, using your CRM, whether it be Salesforce, like most of you look like you're using, there's some Zohos too. Actually, thank you, gang, for saying what CRM you're using. That was my next question. So there's Michael, Justin is, and there's Amore's using Outlook and Zoho. So thank you. I will ask, what CRM are you using? So far we have a bunch of Salesforces and some Zohos. And Zoho's actually quite popular. It's one of our most popular products. Anyway, so why do you really need this? I went through some reasons, but here's some data to back it up. So there's an Inc. study out there, and you can Google it. That the link is actually in the presentation. But we spend 30 hours a week in email on average, and I think that's low, to be honest, because if you include the time on your phone and so on, it's quite significant. So if you're in your email, you better have Salesforce or Zoho or whatever you're using right there, because otherwise you're not using it. That's the bottom line. You're spending your whole work week there. Anyway, there's a Katera study that says ease of use is absolutely critical, and that's for sure true. And using CRM in your email is very, very important. There's a Forbes study that says only 18% use their CRM, which is crazy. And another interesting thing is database decisions make you 19x more profitable. So that's interesting, because I feel like when you're using and you have your CRM information in your email, you're making critical decisions based on data, because we're bringing the data into your world as you're using your email. Okay, there's a Dynamics person out there too. That's great. Okay, bottom line is, if you made a massive CRM investment in Salesforce or Zoho or Dynamics or NetSuite or whatever it is you're using, or maybe even our own iCRM, and if you don't have your CRM in your email, I would say to you, you're not using your CRM. That's the bottom line. So you better get it going. So the whole idea here, and I'll show all this stuff in the demo, is doing everything from email, being able to see it, get a 360-degree view as you're interacting with your customer of what's going on with them. Of course, being able to save emails in the CRM is a critical item. So that way, when you go back and look at the customer at a later date or the lead, you'll see the emails there, and you'll see all the interaction. Being able to create leads and contacts and things like that as you start interacting with new people. And then I love some email template functionality where you can reply. By the way, we're going to add some AI to that, and we're going to have automated replies where ChatGPT actually helps you answer those the questions your customers ask. So that should be really interesting. Coming very soon, like within a month. Anyway, and it'll be included with all our connectors and with iCRM. And then we also provide social media information, so you can do everything from your email. By the way, when you use our connectors, there's a background sync too. So if you don't even want to click, you can have everything happen in the background. So just like your inbox, you can do the same things from your calendar. I won't go into this, but this is important too. You don't spend quite as much time in your calendar, I hope, unless you have a crazy schedule. But doing those same things from your calendar is also super important. So why are ours better than anything else? So, it depends on whether you're talking about Outlook or Gmail. I know most of you are using either Outlook or Gmail for your mail. So with respect to our connectors and using CRM from your inbox, they all work in mobile. Everything works on mobile. The Gmail one is not a Chrome extension. So most of the competitors are delivering Chrome extensions, for Gmail, and Chrome extensions, in my opinion, they just don't work. I'll go into more about that. They're very unreliable. They're not secure. They conflict with each other and so on. There's nothing to install locally. We're actually cheaper than most. We charge only for the users you need, not all your users in Salesforce. We include the social media and soon some artificial intelligence. And basically, you have no need to leave your email to do this. And we give you one price. All our products only have one price. There's a free trial, which I'll show you how to get going if you haven't done so already. But we give you only one price. We don't try to upsell you. We don't have different versions of our product and then ask you to upgrade the day after you buy it and charge you 10 times as much, unlike most of the others in the world. We give you one price and that's it. So I was talking about Chrome extensions. So this is with respect to Gmail and the fact that, you know, we're not using the typical methods for integrating your inbox with CRM. We're using something called a Gmail add-on, and they always work. Chrome extensions often fail. They don't conflict with other add-ons or other applications. They always seem to work. They're easy to deploy because you can deploy centrally. With like Chrome extensions, you literally have a footprint on each PC in the Chrome browser. So it's very difficult to manage. And there's a security risk with Chrome extensions. It literally can see what you're doing when you're in your bank account. I'm not kidding. That's how Chrome extensions work. They can see, in order to see the emails, they have to see everything you're doing in your browser. Whereas with the Gmail add-on, if you're using Gmail, it only works in Gmail, and it communicates directly from Gmail to your CRM over HTTPS. There's nothing gathered and seen by the add-ons that can be captured. So when you're on your bank account page, we're not looking at that because it's installed in the Gmail server on the Gmail server and communicates directly with your CRM. It's not installed locally on your PC where it monitors everything and who knows what it's logging. I'm sure most of these companies aren't nefarious, but you know, there's a chance that someone could take advantage of them too and put some sort of code into their application. Whereas ours is living in Gmail. It literally is native to Gmail, so it has the same security as Gmail. Okay, so ours is also available on mobile. It literally works 100% on mobile, and I'll show that. And it'll work in any browser. These Chrome extensions obviously only work in Chrome. So this slide is really small. It's comparing some of the Salesforce solutions with ours. Generally speaking, ours are cheaper. For example, Salesforce also requires Google Workspace. Will work with any email address if you're doing Google. You have to set it up by the Google admin. It's deployed via Chrome extensions. We already discussed. This is again with respect to Google. It's installed locally, doesn't work on mobile, works only in Chrome, syncs. This is really crazy. The current email sync that Salesforce has, called the Einstein Activity Sync, actually syncs with Amazon AWS. So it actually syncs the emails outside of Salesforce. They're not encrypted out there. And then it deletes them after 6 months, unless you pay more, and then you can keep them for 24 months. And when you use ours, it's just saved in Salesforce and kept forever. They don't show on reports because they're saved outside of Salesforce, or at least not on most reports. And you can't delete synced emails, but in our case, you can, if you're authorized to them, you can delete them. And then if you cancel your Einstein subscription, they remove all your history. That's it. It's gone. Whereas with us, it stays there because we're logging it in Salesforce directly to the email object in Salesforce. I know I'm talking about Salesforce in this case. So if you're using Zoho or Dynamics, hang in there. Anyway, it literally, they charge you $50 per user per month. Ours, if you pay annually, is only $20 a user a month. I'll go into pricing at the end. And then here's just a little bit. We have our own CRM, and maybe you'd consider that because it's built from the ground up to be CRM in your inbox. I understand if you're using Salesforce or Zoho or Dynamics or one of the others, you may not want to leave, but I want you to know about this. Basically, it's a full-featured, built into your email, works on mobile, any browser. We set it up for you. We'll import your data at no additional cost with any paid subscription. We'll configure it to your needs at no additional cost. You don't need an army of consultants, and it costs $30 per user a month. So think about that. People are paying $20 just for our connector. We're giving you the whole CRM for $30. So let's get into the live demo, and I will share my screen. Just give me 1 second to do the little switch here. Entire screen. This one. Okay, I'll start out in Gmail, but I'll start out with Gmail and I'll go right to Outlook pretty quickly. So hopefully that'll work. So this is my Gmail inbox, right? And you can see here's my list of messages, just like a normal inbox. But on the right-hand side are all our connectors. And if you don't have one of our connectors, and you want to go get it, you just click on this little plus sign here that says Get Add-ons, right? And then you can go search for one of our add-ons. Salesforce Connector, for example. And you can see here it is right here from iEnterprises. It's getting up near 200,000 installs, really good ratings, as you can see. So, so anyway, that's how you add it. You just click here to add it. And if you're the Google admin, you can actually add it for your whole domain here. I'll quickly take a look at Outlook, and similarly in Outlook, here's my inbox, right? And you can see the connector buttons kind of show at the top here, right? And if you don't have one and you want to add it, in this case, you click either on the 3 dots, or sometimes this will be at the top, Get Add-ins, and you can search and add the connector that way. So, anyway. So here's the Zoho connector, right? And you can just add it pretty quickly. Okay, so anyway, it's the CRM name and connector is what you search for. So I'll just quickly going to go back to Gmail now, and we'll have a look. Right now I'm on the iCRM connector, but I will open up the Salesforce connector, and you can see when you open it up, it just shows you some, today's tasks and some other things from Salesforce on the home screen. But then it really gets powerful when you open a message. So I'll open a message, in this case from James Person, and you'll see on the right-hand side, it's detected that James is in Salesforce.com, and it gives me a whole load of information about James here in the right-hand sidebar, in the connector sidebar, as it's called. And you can see that James works for Grand Hotels, phone number, email. You can see more information here. You can actually open this contact and right in the sidebar, see more. I'll get to that in a second. And down here, you can see where you can log emails. You can show me the social media information about James, and it'll bring that up. Or show me the related records about James in Salesforce.com, and it literally will give you all the related items as if you're sitting on James in Salesforce. So here's all the open opportunities and so on. Again, if you have any questions, put it in the comments. So I can actually click on this opportunity and see more details. Here's all the open cases, campaigns, and so on. Everything is here. If I click on activities here, you'll see all the email dialogue that has occurred between this contact and people in your organization as well. But I'm scrolling back up to the top here. In its simplest form, you might just want to log this email, right? And if you just click add right here, it will log this email to James Person. So it detected James, and it will log this email to James. And that's it. The email is logged in Salesforce.com. So you can see here it says that. And if I click open, it'll open it first here in the connector sidebar, staying in my inbox. But if you do want to see more information, you can open anything in a full screen and it'll actually take you to that record in salesforce.com. So here you can actually see that, in fact, this email was logged, right? So more on that in a second too. So I just clicked back. I want to mention that you can also link emails to other objects. So in this case, because it detected the contact, James Person, that sent this message, gave me a bunch of information about it. And when I clicked that one button, it logged it against James, but I can link it to anything. So if I click this link button, you'll see that it opens up another screen where I can pick any object. So opportunities, cases, whatever you want, you can log this email against. And you can see in this case, this is the most typical one. Oftentimes people want to log their emails to opportunities, but again, you can log it to the contact, the lead, even a custom object. So it automatically detects your custom objects and whatever you've configured in Salesforce and makes them appear here. So you can see I actually only have one open opportunity for James's company, right? So it's easy for me to pick that opportunity and log it against that opportunity. But I could search the whole database of opportunities if I wanted to, the whole Salesforce.com. So anyway, that's it. It's now logged against the opportunity. I'll mention this too. There's a mark thread functionality, and I'll jump out to Outlook in just a second, I promise. Just give me a second. And this mark thread functionality is actually a way to say, I want to automatically sync all future replies to this message, whether they come from me or from James or somebody else. So if there are multiple people on the thread. So if I click mark thread, it will then sync those. There's also a background functionality that you can enable where it'll just sync everything. It'll basically, you'll get an email message and it'll try to detect the person that sent the message either in leads or contacts in your CRM, whichever one you're using, and it'll just save it there automatically. Then you can override it if you want with the sidebar. So there's like really 3 ways to do it. You click one button to add an email as you get it. I actually like that the best because you get a lot of email that maybe you don't want cluttering your CRM. But anyway, then there's this mark thread functionality, which is like a compromise. That means that you're going to click the button and then decide that you want them. This whole thread is important and you want that automatically synced, or you can just sync everything automatically. So those are all the different options. Bottom line is you're staying in your inbox and you're using your CRM while you're here. Just exploring a little bit more. If James had emailed me and he told me he had a problem and I needed to assign it to a technician, I could actually just click this plus sign you see next to the cases. There's 2 cases already here, but if I click the plus sign, I can add a case right here, and it'll take the message information and put it in the case. I can fill out all the details. Again, this is everything in Salesforce, even your custom fields, everything is just automatically detected and presented. I could add an opportunity from here. I could see, oh, there is already an opportunity called the big deal. Let me check it out. I can open it up without leaving my inbox. So I open up this nice opportunity here, and you can see everything about it is here. I can put it in edit mode and edit the opportunity right here in the sidebar, or I can do open in full screen. It'll open it in Salesforce.com in this case. So let's switch out to Outlook. Okay. So I'm going to look, this is the same inbox really in Outlook, right? Let me get in here. Okay. So, and in this case, I'm showing Zoho, right? So this is Zoho CRM in the sidebar. And again, in Outlook, the connectors are shown at the top here. I happen to be using Outlook on a Mac, but it'll work obviously in Outlook on Windows. It'll work on Outlook on the web too. You install this, much like Gmail, it installs in the Outlook servers, fully secured so that it works wherever Outlook works. It just happens. So it looks very similar, maybe a little It's actually a little more goosed up the user interface, in my opinion, in Outlook. And everything you saw that was connected to Salesforce in Gmail, now you see the same kind of information here, except we're looking in Zoho. And James is actually in Zoho, right? You can see he works for this Grand Hotels company. We have these same options. Do I want to log the email? If I click add, boom, it's just added to Zoho just like that. And then, of course, I can link it to other objects in Zoho. And I won't spend a lot of time on this. You've seen this, like I could search for deals, whatever it is, you can search for it and link it to whatever you want. Has the same marked thread functionality. You can see down here is some social media information, as well as all the opportunities and tasks and everything related to James. So we're giving you everything inside your Outlook inbox in this case. And there's Zoho for Gmail too, so you can use it either way. Yeah, this is a really good question. Yeah. So does it work with the desktop version of Outlook? Yeah, it works with all the current versions, I believe, post 2016. So I happen to be using Mac, but if it's labeled Office 365, it works with that, and it also works on the web. Yeah. All right, so we'll keep on going here. And let me just look at this too. Up at the top here, I just want to show you how you can like toggle between, in this case, Zoho and Outlook really quickly and easily. So if I want to see more information about this person, I can click Open Contact, and then you can see in the sidebar, it shows me all the details about this contact, right? And I can actually throw it in edit mode if I want right here and edit anything about this contact, like add a mobile number, whatever it is. All the drop downs work, everything works. I can save it right from here. Or maybe like I really do want to every once in a while leave my inbox. I know it's titled CRM from your inbox, but maybe I want to leave my inbox and open it up in Zoho. I can click open in full screen, and it'll takes me right here to this record inside Zoho, and you can see that now I can like see everything inside of Zoho too. So I'm jumping back and forth. Anyway, I'm going to go back to Gmail. I'm going to show something on my phone real quick, and then we'll cover a few more things. We're actually almost done, right? So let me go on my phone. This takes 1 second, so I apologize if it takes too long. So I'm going to share my phone screen. 1 sec. I got to bring that back up. Let's see here. Okay. And I want to bring something up first. Okay, I got it. I'm sharing it. Okay, great. All right, so this is Gmail in this case on my phone. And you can see this is another message that I got from James. And it shows a little differently. You can see the connector add-ons actually show down here at the bottom. So if I move over and I go, in this case, I'll use Salesforce, right? You'll see that pretty much everything that was on the right-hand side is kind of at the bottom of the email, and I can bring it up into full screen. So as I'm using my Gmail on my phone in this case, I can see everything that's going on and have all the functionality that I had in the web browser in that case. One feature I absolutely love on mobile is reply using template. So sometimes people send you emails. This happens to me like every day. It's probably coming from you guys. And they ask like very good questions, but a lot of times it's the same thing over and over, and it requires a detailed response, however. And in this case, I'm going to pick the product information response, and it automatically knows what contact it is. I do create reply, and you'll see it actually drops a reply into my Gmail right here, and I can just click send. You could put images, you can put links, all sorts of things in here. It really makes it easy to interact with your customers on mobile and answer all these questions they have. Something we're adding in this is not only will you be able to add a template, but we're going to have ChatGPT answer your customer as well and lay it up in a draft message that then you can just send just like this. So that's actually a question for you guys. How many of you have heard of ChatGPT? I'm going to put it in the. It's basically an artificial intelligence engine. It's amazing. It thinks like a human, and basically can. And we're going to make it so it can answer your emails automatically from within the connector. And like I said, that's coming. So let me know. I'm just curious how many have heard of it, and somebody else is asking. I'm not going to get to all the questions. Yeah, desktop. Okay, show add a new contact. That's a good one. Yeah. Okay, Michael. Yeah. So how do you add a new contact from an email message? Thank you very much. I had that kind of ready to go, but it was next on my list. So thanks for prompting me. So here you go. So basically, when I get an email address, a message, sorry, in this case from Bill Gates, and I'm connected to Zoho. So Bill's my good friend, and Steve Wozniak introduced me. You can see that it says this is not found, right? And then I can either add it as a contact or a lead right here. So I'll do add as lead. And you can see it actually picked up some of the job title in this case from social media automatically, and then filled in the name and all that. We're actually going to use AI here as well to fill some more of this information out automatically in the near future. But then I just click save, and that's it. I created a lead right from an email message. So yeah, those are really the two things that happen when you're at the highest possible level. You're either getting a message from someone that you've already I'll just open up Salesforce. By the way, when you open up these connectors, the first time you do it, it's going to make you connect to like this to Salesforce or whatever backend you're using. And then here's how you can add it with Salesforce as a backend. By the way, it has the capability to either select a new company if you're adding a contact, or add a new one on the fly too. So you can add everything on the fly right here. And then after you open up one of these connectors, I highly recommend in Outlook that you pin it. You see this little pin icon, and what that will do is every time you bring up a message, it will bring this up. So let me, I just want to say it works the same way with the calendar. If you save a calendar entry, and it has a calendar sync as well as a contact sync. All right, let me get rid of that. So it can sync your calendar in the background, and I see that more often than the email sync. I think it's very good to sync your calendar, especially the items maybe that you're generating in your CRM that need to come up and show up on your calendar. But I'm going to go back to Gmail real quick. I'll switch to calendar. Here we go, just to show it real quick. I wish my calendar looked like this, right? I should have put this on. It's on this. All right. Save it. Whatever. So if something's on my calendar, I can open up one of the connectors and it just detects that person's here. Now, again, you can do the calendar sync and have this save automatically, or you can, you can just like save it manually, just like we saw here by clicking add, right? I can log the event. So it works exactly the same way as the email connector. Somebody mentions ChatGPT, Justin, finding ways to utilize it. One is writing bios. Yeah, that's really cool. So just think of it this way. You're going to be able to reply to a message in your inbox, and ChatGPT is going to format the reply, and then you'll be able to edit it right from our product. That's what it's going to do. And not only that, we're going to make it so that like you can use an email template, but sometimes the email templates aren't like exactly what the customer was asking, and you'll be able to say to ChatGPT, answer this email and include information from this email template. So anyway, I think it's really powerful. Let me know what you think. Basically, it's helping you answer your customer emails with like intelligence, right? Yes, and Michael said too. You just wrote an article about using ChatGPT. Could you put the URL in and we'll put it in the comments, Michael. That's awesome. And then maybe I'll let you know when our thing is ready. You could have a look. Maybe you want to write about it. I don't know, but it's really cool. We're actually going to start out like there's one coming online next week where like it's not going to be in the connector. It's just going to be a standalone automatically answer your emails product. But then we're going to integrate it into these connectors. Yeah. And you're looking for Michael's looking for ICRM. Can you, Michael, can you give me your email address? I'll send you one of my email templates on how to buy ICRM. And just really quickly, while we're talking about ICRM, I'll go to Outlook, right? And then like ICRM comes with this connector. It comes with social insights, which let you get any lead from LinkedIn. And then it has the whole CRM, and it works very similarly. So let me pin that one real quick, and you'll see, we're bringing ICRM into your inbox, whether it be Gmail or Outlook, it's the same thing. I have all the same features, and then I'm just going to open, you can open this in full screen so you can see kind of what ICRM looks like. Just give me a second here. So if I open that one in the full screen, it'll take me to that contact, but it's very similar to other CRMs, right? Here's the dashboard. You have accounts, contacts, leads, opportunities. We're really good at managing recurring revenue and contracts too. Custom modules, custom fields, all that. You can search for anything. It's what you expect from a really robust CRM. That's what it is. Has all sorts of workflow automation and so on. Like for example, here's the pipeline view where you can see the pipeline of leads or opportunities and who's doing what. So it's really robust. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this. The whole idea is regardless of what CRM you're using, you're doing it from your inbox. That's how you become more productive. Michael, I can't wait for it to be published. Thank you. Someone's asking about higher education discount. We have nonprofit discounts. I'm going to put an email message up. If you email me, I'll send you the code. Michael, you too, email me and I'll send you some sort of discount. And by the way, if you email me, I'll send you a discount for the connector too. Anyway, let's get back. I'm going to wrap up. I think I covered everything. And I'm going to go back to the deck. I'll cover pricing and so on. So just in review, it's really easy to install. In Gmail, it's like get add-ins. In Outlook, it's like you just do you do the option to get add-ins. It's called get add-ons in Gmail, add-ons versus add-ins. So here's the pricing slide. So the actual list price for the connectors, if you're using Zoho or Salesforce and you want to stay on it, is $24.95 per user, paid monthly. You can cancel at any time. You can cancel online, um, and we don't stop you. Like, we don't make you call an 800 number. You just cancel whenever you want. It's no problem. We don't want to see you go, obviously, but we don't want to, be that vendor that like raises your prices and also doesn't let you leave. Okay, if you pay annually, it's $19.95. Email me, I'll send you some coupon codes. And then iEnterprises. So this is our own CRM with the connector, with social insights. It's got QuickBooks integration, all sorts of things. It's really $30 per user per month. Annually, actually paid monthly, it's $34.95. So there's my real email address, jcarini@ienterprises.com. If you would like some of the coupon codes, or you have questions, or anything, just shoot me an email and I will respond personally, pretty quickly usually, but I try my best. Again, please subscribe, and you can reach me at jcarini@ienterprises.com or just sales@ienterprises.com. And I put that picture up of myself when I was quite a bit younger. So everybody, please do shoot me an email if you want one of those coupon codes, or if you have any questions whatsoever. We're happy to help. And it was really well attended. And thank you guys for all the questions, especially. It really helped me move along. Thank you so much for all the questions and for participating today. Shoot me that email, sales@ienterprises.com, and I'll help you out. Have a fantastic day, and thanks again for joining.